Hi everyone. In this video, we will be looking into a game between Grandmaster Norderberg Abdussattarov and FIDE Master Joshua Johnson from the round 1 of FIDE Chess Olympiad 2024 between Uzbekistan and Trinidad and Tobago. Let's jump right into the game. Abdussattarov, starting with the white pieces, go for 1 e4. Joshua replies with e5, knight to f3, knight to c6, bishop to c4, knight to f6, d3, bishop to c5, c3, d6, b4, bishop to b6, a4, a5, b5, knight to e7, knight on b to d2. Joshua goes for castling. Abdussattarov also castles. Knight to g6, d4, bishop to g4, queen to c2, rook to e8, h3, bishop to e6, d takes on e5, knight takes on e5, knight takes on e5, d takes on e5, rook to d1, queen to e7, bishop to a3, bishop to c5, bishop takes on e6, f takes on e6, bishop to c1, rook on a to d8, rook to e1, rook to f8, knight to f3, bishop to d6, bishop to e3, b6, rook on a to d1, rook on d to e8, knight to d2, bishop to c5, knight to c4, bishop takes on e3, rook takes on e3, queen to c5, knight to b2, rook to d8, knight to d3, queen to d6, rook on e to e1, rook to d7, king to h2, g5, queen to c1, rook to g7, queen to e3, queen to a3, knight takes on e5, queen takes on a4, queen to d3, queen to a3, queen to c4. So if you look at this position, after 35 moves, Abdussattarov is having a slight advantage of plus 1.7. So the right continuation here for Joshua is moving the rook to e8 and defending the pawn. But instead, he will move the queen to e7 to defend the pawn, and this is a huge mistake. So after this move, Abdussattarov is having a winning advantage of plus 2.8, and he continues with knight to c6, queen to f7, knight to d8, knight to g4 with check, h takes on g4, queen to f4 with check, king to h1, rook to g6, f3, rook to h6 with check, king to g1, rook to h3, rook to d3, queen to h2 with check, king to f1, queen to g3, g takes on h3, rook takes on f3 with check, and king to e2. So there was many sacrifices. Seems to be a strong attack was thrown at Abdussattarov's king, but the Abdussattarov's king was able to easily escape from all the checks, and there is no more threats remaining. So after losing 7 points of material down, which was in this position after 45 moves, Joshua Johnson resigned the game to Abdussattarov, and Uzbekistan went on to defeat Trinidad and Tobago 3.5 to 0.5.